Phil Alitea, and I just finished watching Nobody 2. So now we're going to walk my happy little ass back up here to the top of the hill, and we're going to go to Panera, and actually I'm going to play a video game. I'm not going to do what I always do, but do like I always do. It's gonna take me a second. Oh, it was saludos, amigo. Nuestra bendiciones. Gracias. It was awesome, Jeremiah. I'm actually kind of soaking it in. I love the trends in the 4 movies that I've watched. I don't even know exactly. I'm still kind of organizing my thoughts. Yeah, Nobody 2 was awesome. But it's going to take me a second to actually talk about that movie, because the trends in the 4 movies that I've watched recently, 4 is 1 more than 3. And so my math works like 1 is an incidence, 1 is a happening. 2 is a coincidence, 2 happenings. 3 is a pattern. And so 4 you can start to extract meaningful data. And hello everyone. Hello Dark Wizard. Hello Alec. No, you don't need to watch the first one at all. I don't even want to watch the first one. The plot of the first one, as I could pick out details from the second, would be boring to me. The second one was not boring to me. The second one actually, it's weird how all 4 of these movies have hit me in a spot where they're exactly what I've wanted to watch in movies for the last 20 years, maybe even the last 30 years. And why these movies have things in them that we're missing in movies on our way to 2025 that I noticed were missing, and it bothered me. I have been saying for actual decades, that cinema is still a very young art form, and trying to be conservative and trying to be repetitive and serial and nostalgic about such a young art form has held it back in the scope of the stories that it could tell. And this movie does some things that, first of all, don't go into watching Nobody 2 thinking that you're watching an actual action movie. This movie straight up is a parody of John Wick. And it follows thematically the same story beats that John Wick did in its sequels. It follows the same story beats, but it actually tells a story. John Wick doesn't tell a story. I watched all 3 of those movies in one setting. There's no story there. It's just a fucking ballet of murder. And it becomes boring and tedious. It becomes this boring, tedious grind of horrific and senseless violence. At no point, the violence becomes horrific in scale in Nobody 2. Horrific in scale, the violence. But at no point is it senseless. They make a point as the first act bridges into the second act and the second act begins to climb toward its climax. They make a point to show the main character, Hutch, is justified at all times. But what he also is completely in the wrong. He's justified, but he is completely in the wrong throughout this movie. All of his solutions to the problem are wrong. This is a movie about me. It's about what I did yesterday. It's about what I do in this channel. Cinema is the youngest of the media. Film is the youngest of the art forms, of the artistic media. So cinema still has a lot to learn about how to tell a story. Cinema knows a lot about choreography. And so this movie, Nobody 2, it's a really interesting companion piece to Weapons. If you were to compare Weapons and Nobody back to back, there's an adage in filmmaking. I think it actually comes from Kinnison. Is that his name? Tennyson, maybe? I think it actually comes from the stage. But there's this old adage where if you see a weapon in Act 1, someone needs to try to kill someone else with it by Act 2. Or by the conclusion of Act 2. And so Weapons and Nobody 2 are really interesting companion pieces to one another if you wanted to compare them together, because Weapons is also it's a suspense movie. So the rule in suspense is that you want to show your audience that there is a bomb, when the bomb will go off, and that the people that are in danger of the bomb are unaware of these two things. So that when the bomb goes off, the audience can watch the reaction to gauge the author for cleverness. And Nobody 2 is an extremely clever movie. And I was talking with KJ's sound designers. I was talking with his sound team this morning about the sound design, and I told him I would keep an ear out for it. It's a comedy. Understand that this is a parody of John Wick specifically. And the sound design is amazing. Also, they made a Neebs joke. I don't know if they made a Neebs joke on purpose, but Neebs Gaming in the sound design community are legends because their sound design is unbelievable, impeccable. I listen to Neebs Gaming for the sound design. I listen to Neebs Gaming for the sound design, and the sound design of this movie was unbelievable. In fact, it was so good that they started making sound design jokes to bridge the slow parts of the movie. I won't spoil them if you like sound design jokes, but if you don't know what sound design jokes are, get in the Discord and talk to me about it in the movies chat, and I'll tell you if you've seen the movie. I'll tell you with the specific joke I'm thinking of. But one of the things I never liked about music or about movies, because I'm an auditory person, I like to be in the theater because I like to be surrounded quite literally by deafening, uncomfortable noise. Because the silent parts, like of Weapons is so quiet. I could hear both movies on either side of me. It's so quiet in some of the tenser moments of the movie. This movie, they were showing off their sound design. There were multiple times during this movie where there are quiet moments where they're focused on a character, usually Hutch, where they're focused in on this guy for a minute. And there were multiple times where I turned to look around to see why girls were talking so fucking close to me, like I thought I was in Panera, or like I thought I was on the beach with him. I was sitting in the very back row of the theater, and I turned around and looked like, who the fuck is so close to me? That's how intimate the sound design was. I literally thought there were girls talking to me right here, talking that close to me right here. So like, the shot is across the street, right? And the idea is that there are people moving around the guy taking the shot, and so like for a second you're there with him, you're looking at him like you're walking and you just stopped and you see this guy and you're looking at him, and that's actually what this shot was, is he's sitting there and this family avoids him, and you can hear these people chattering behind the camera. It was awesome. The sound design of that movie alone, I hope, wins awards. The sound alone. There's a shot where they're walking through like a fair. They're walking through a fair and the family are talking and their conversation is intimate. And then all around it, you can just hear the screams and the noise and the sounds of the fair. And at no point do their mouths look like they were on a soundstage. It's incredible. And then there's a hilarious sound joke later. I'll even give you a hint. It was Hanks, the C. Hanks. His name's not Casey. His name's Colin. Colin Hanks has a hilarious sound design joke that actually got me. I barked laughter out loud. And then the other thing that I've noticed in all 4 of these movies that I really want to talk about, that I've never seen anybody else talking about, not in my comments, nowhere else, is that, oh, it's raining. Movies end now on a big laugh. The conclusion, the climax of Act 3 is a big laugh. And I've noticed in the theaters that I've been in with other people that they don't like it. But I really like it because I feel these movies deeply. I feel them deeply. So I need that. I need that big laugh. I need that absurd ending. Absolutely, I need the ending ad absurdum. Okay, we're not gonna run the whole way. I gotta get back fast because it's raining. That finale ad absurdum, I like that because it says that this is in no way not fictional. Because like I was talking with you about, August, if you're still around, yesterday, people will see things, especially in movies, that are shot in high definition and taken with the seriousness of real life. But the artist's intention is for it to be a cartoon, to have cartoon rules. There are people who will watch it and believe it's reality because they're watching it. And seeing is not just believing idiomatically. Seeing is believing neuronally. That's why you see my face. That's why I do this the way I do it. That's why I talk about my finances. I have no muscles. Just right here. There's just no muscles right here. And it hurts so bad. Now go away! Anyway, that was an awesome movie. I'm trying to organize how to actually get to the movie itself. I didn't know that was Sharon Stone until the credits. That's the first Sharon Stone movie I've ever watched. That person wasn't going to stop. They weren't even going to slow down. So if I didn't hustle, they were going to run me over. People don't even look to the right when they're turning right. Why? Because there's a pedestrian there 1 in 10,000 times they turn right. So why look? There's never a pedestrian there. You don't need to see the first one. I counted 3, but they made one really good Maltese Falcon joke that got me, that made the movie. And so I won't spoil the joke. I won't spoil the moment, but I'll talk to you a little bit about the Maltese Falcon. That's one of my all-time favorite books. I write in the manner that I do because of Sam Spade, the character, and I can never remember the author's name because it's not a real name. I'll get there someday. But like, I've listened to the radio show. The Sam Spade radio show was awesome back in the 50s. Maybe even before that. But I love film noir. And so Humphrey Bogart in The Maltese Falcon is one of the best movies of all time, in my opinion. And so there's a scene in that book, in that movie, where the character named the Fat Man, he never gives his real name, sits down with Sam Spade, the private detective that he's been haunting with this thuggish boy. That's his name, the boy. And so they're together, and the Fat Man starts feeding him liquor. And during the course of their conversation, the Fat Man reveals that you can't trust a man who can't hold his liquor. And that's all I'll tell you as far as this movie goes. But there are literary homage, there are cartoon references, and then there's setup and delivery. So this is why comedians make better dramatists. I was talking about this before. Actually, I don't remember what it was now, damn. It'll come to me when I turn you guys back on, so you can talk to me about it with me. But there was something very specific, some very specific subject matter that I was talking about this morning that was a major repeating theme throughout the movie that bridged everything together. And then there were a few weapons jokes, like just weapon technology jokes that I really liked. Common got one of my favorite lines. I think that was Common. Got one of my favorite lines in the movie. Very funny. What he said was very funny. I'm not going to repeat it. But comedians are better dramatists. The real reason that Robin Williams is revered for his dramatic roles over his comedic roles isn't because people misunderstand comedy as a lower art form. It's because drama is it's the more difficult thing to achieve in people's minds. But it's actually not for a comedian, because comedy isn't the lower art form. It's not the easiest thing to do. Comedy is the most difficult thing to do. To actually be funny and actually consistently make people laugh without turning it inward the way the fat guy did from SNL. Oh, fat guy in a skinny coat, right? Instead of making yourself the joke and then eating yourself to death or snorting coke until you blow your fucking head off with it, like Kurt Cobain. Instead of doing that, people who are actually able to be observant and funny and clever and right and smart, it's harder to do that. That's the highest art form. That's why the fool was the only person outside the king's ability to destroy. And I remember exactly what the fuck I was talking about this morning, that this movie is about. It's the ability to correct for your mistakes. None of the bad guys in this movie got to adjust for their mistakes except two. And they were victims. And they chose to take the opportunity that was presented to them by Hutch. Everybody else didn't. And so Hutch is very much he's very much a Vegeta character, a Vegeta trying to be Goku character, and I enjoyed that very much. The subtext of this movie, the way it was written, very much understands, first of all, the Eastern market that it's got to sell to in order to be profitable, but second, it understands the milieu, the cultural Middle America milieu that it's trying to describe and trying to lash out against. And once again, just a breath of fresh air. An honest movie for the first time in 20 years. It felt again like I could have been in the writing room and contributed nothing because they had it under control. I could just sit back and watch a movie and not feel like I would have done that different. I would have done that different. I would have done that different. That was a stupid shot. That was a stupid shot. Badly posed. Why did you block that way? Nope. Just a great movie that I could relax to. Maybe smoke a little bud inside and just forget what even the fuck was I gonna do after this? What a great show. What a great movie. I'm really glad I took Alec up on that. And now, my beautiful chuckle fucks, it's your turn. What would you like to say to me? What is your question, Dark Wizard? Yes, highly recommend going and seeing it, especially if you've got kids or ever loved your little sister. What up, Justin? Wow. Wow. Thank you, August. I guess I could have showed you guys the path that I'm taking instead of my big dumb face. It doesn't turn the chat away from me when I turn the camera away from me, but I might have got a little stoned on that walk. That might have been a real pleasant experience I just had. And I might be listening to Metallica's To Live Is To Die, which might just be so perfectly thematic. Yeah, it was awesome, man. That movie was awesome. See, I go and I watch movies and I watch it like a shaman. Really, I watch it like a druid. Okay? And so that means something very specific. The difference in the druids and the prophets of the Mediterranean, which means Mesopotamian adjacent civilizations. If you don't know this, it's important that you do know this so that you can tell neo-pagans to fuck themselves, especially neo-druids. The druids were different. Julius Caesar wrote about how different they were. So the prophets come out of the earliest organized religions, because one of the things that did happen is that the Mediterranean was one of the first places that was really able to explode in population and explode in organization. And what I mean by organization is getting a lot of people to do a lot of the same things. Did you know, KJ, that poem, that spoken word part at the middle of the song, is lyrics written by Cliff, found posthumously? He was working on a song on the road that was going to have those lyrics. Heard that, Rachel? That's funny. You showed up exactly when I was done. And I love that for you. Alright, how much? Yep, I gotta go back and I gotta charge my battery bank, which means that I was right about my plan for today. God damn it, Alex, thank you for the opportunity to demonstrate I could do this. Because I can do this. I've always believed I could do it. What I didn't believe is that anybody would ever give me a chance. R.I.P. Cliff is right. Damn it, I made myself cry a little bit there, didn't I? Oh. Hey, TKZ. Mouse wasn't a fan of the cotton candy. He wasn't interested, actually, in the cotton candy once he got down to it. I don't remember what I was just saying. I made myself sad with the cliff thing, and that's not your fault. Also, thematically, that's what I was talking about, the Druids. Okay, so the Indo-Europeans are very different from the Mesopotamians in a key way. The Mesopotamian touched civilizations, and I didn't mean to say Mesopotamian, I meant to say Mediterranean. The civilizations that are adjacent to the Mediterranean that sprung up around 7000 BC are different from the Indo-European civilizations that did not, okay, that did not touch the Mediterranean. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, well, Greece and Rome, Phoenicia, Canaan, Carthage, parts of Spain, right? Mediterranean, Egypt, right? Uh, some of those are Indo-European speaking, like Latin and Greek are both Indo-European speaking. But Julius Caesar talks about it that the Germans, the Celts, they're different. They're different than the Mediterranean people. And I'm not trying to describe to you what the Mediterranean people were like. The prophet system was very different because the Mediterranean civilizations had developed a very different style of civilization after the collapses of the original cities in about 7K BCE. No, 7K, yeah, 7K BCE, and the collapse leading into 5K, and the collapse leading into 3K, going down into 2K. Oh, it's straight up raining. We got to keep moving, folks. The Indo-European peoples didn't experience those collapses. So when we talk about like the late Bronze Age collapse of Egypt and actually the Phoenician Canaanites didn't collapse. They expanded during that period. So there are a lot of people today who figure they were what the sea peoples may have been. But that's irrelevant to my point. These collapses didn't affect the Indo-European peoples like the Germans, the Celts, the Scythioi, like these people. They didn't affect them because they weren't settled in the same kind of way. They exported goods, they did not import goods from these people. The way that Julius Caesar describes it is that they were manly enough, they were manly and smart enough that they didn't import goods that turned men into women. That's funny, Mel. Did Rachel make it in? Ah, yes, that Rachel made it in. Okay. I saw that. Hello, for us. I feel fine for us. I felt fine in moments. I do, Wyatt. We're not going to talk about the Anunnaki on this stream because that talk already got this stream banned. So go to my earlier one today and you'll hear me explain what the Anunnaki are. I've already explained it today. You're Rachel. Shut up, August. They're all mine. I don't mean that. I remember what I was saying. Ah, yes, I do. The non-Mediterranean Indo-European speaking people had developed a hierarchy of knowledge, a hierarchy of science, a hierarchy of intelligence, but most importantly, a hierarchy of knowledge, of skill. And the people at the tops of the hierarchies of skill were called druids. Okay? So like your best potter who taught other potters and made sure that the pottery looked like your town's pottery and didn't deviate from what your town's pottery looked like. You ever wonder why we can talk about material cultures that don't change, especially when the genetic racial culture changes, but why didn't the material culture change? It's because of the druids. The people at the top of the social hierarchies, the skill hierarchies. Well, one of the skill hierarchies, one of the knowledge hierarchies was of the gods. Look at these clouds. And the knowledge was stored in the myths. That's where it was stored. It was stored and coded in the myths. But the Indo-Europeans do it differently than the other language families. So the Bible is your evidence. The Bible isn't anything remotely like history until Alexander the Great conquers Jerusalem. The Bible, the prophecies, the prophets, the oral legends, nothing at all remotely like history, reality as it actually happened. Nothing remotely like that. In fact, there are talking animals, etc. Until after Jerusalem is conquered by Alexander the Great. And so that's the evidence that I'm talking about. Say that the Semitic language family, when they tell their stories, is very different. The prophet system is very different than the Druids. Modern neo-Druids want to talk about how you can't get banned, it'll just kill the stream, and I'll have to start over. Modern neo-Druids and neo-pagans want to act like the Druids were biblical prophets, and they fucking weren't. They weren't wizards. They were experts in their field. So a Druid in 900 AD would find a modern Druid laughably ignorant and powerless. You can find evidence of that, again, after the Semitic peoples are introduced to the Greco-Roman world and other Indo-European peoples from north and east of them, especially the Germans. There's evidence of they don't call them the Druids, but there's evidence of the Druids in the Bible. But what the Druids were doing with the stories is making sure that the theme remained consistent as the names and details changed. And so I watch movies like a Druid, looking to see if the themes of the movie are consistent. And this is something that nobody ever talks about. And when they do reviews, is the movie thematically resonant, and is it thematically consistent? And the problem that we had is, because of producer intervention, because of sex offenders running movie studios for so long, what we had is a lot of theme shoehorned into movies where it didn't have any business, because these were people who were trying very much to virtue signal, or trying very much to convince themselves and others that they weren't doing horrific evils. And so Nobody 2 is about a lot of people trying to convince themselves that they weren't participating in horrific evils over the course of the last 50 years. And I just really appreciated the way they handled it, kind of like a John Ronson, is that his name? The revenge movies of the 70s. They handled it kind of like a revenge movie from the 70s, but it was also just first and foremost, it was a comedy. It was like Bob Odenkirk was playing Ace Ventura family assassin, and it was a really cool thematic departure from John Wick, specifically from John Wick. Hey, I just walked right into that tree, face first, like I do. I don't think I would watch that movie a lot of times, but I enjoyed that Christopher Lloyd was in it. That was cool. I've never watched a Christopher Lloyd movie before, so I'm glad to have seen a movie before I lost him. Lost the chance to see it while he was alive, I mean, before we lost him. Hello, Wilas. And I really love that the female characters keep being heroic. That it keeps being the moms who are heroic in these movies. I'm great, Wilas. I really appreciate that it's the moms who end up heroic, because if there were a hero fantasy that I wanted when I was a kid, if there were an actual fantasy that I had, it was that my mother would be some kind of hero. I don't know why people can't just commit. Do they not realize how much easier I can stop than they can? I don't understand why people won't just commit, why they want to watch me slowly walk across the road. I'm not going to adjust my speed for you. My legs already hurt from running up that fucking hill. I'm already about dragging my right leg behind me now. Assholes. Heard that, Mel. Most people need to be committed. I keep saying that I need to just be a chapstick guy and I need to figure it out, but I haven't got there yet. I also like that these movies are ending with ambiguously good endings. I love an ambiguously good ending. That's how you have a sequel. Have an ambiguously good ending, not a cliffhanger. Heard that, Tony. Here we go. That's the only thing I can tell you with that, Justin, is to seek medical attention, man. Luxapol, what I need to do is go back in time 20 years and play football or something. Join the track team or just take better care of my body for 20 years. Ooh, yeah. What up, Sammy? Samuel? How you doing? Ooh. Oh, man. I need those sits downs. Hurting. Oh, leg is hurting. Okay. Well, your opinion is mid-cyber. It was Nobody 2. The main plot was assassin family man tries to take home vacation to a tourist trap from 1970s middle America. It was awesome. But in 2025. And it's a comedy. It was very much. It felt very much to me, Marble, like Ace Ventura: Family Assassin. It was very, very good. But I did the first, really the last 40 minutes have been about it. It was good, and I would recommend taking your lady. Sharon Stone has a total badass moment at the end. Don't tell her that, but now you know. At some point, I'm gonna get something to drink. And if the blonde that was shooting me daggers from over here isn't coming back, I'll move back to the further back seat. It was good. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yeah, and I have no interest in seeing the first one. I don't know how it's relevant to the stream gorilla, but I'm sure you could find that information in the description of this video or the profile description for the channel. Alright guys, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'm going to go get something to drink. Give me 7 minutes. Thank you, Marble. Forgot to take my microphone back on. Forgot to turn it back on. Yep. Thank you, Justin. I figured it out. Thank you. I didn't mean to say I figured it out. That's not what I meant. I meant I solved it. I got it. I got it. Thank you. Um, I'm a little baked. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm a little baked. I might have got a little baked in there. Um, blah. Hello, Annie. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna give it about 14 minutes for people to filter in and say their hellos, and for those who listen to my little review to ask questions or whatever. But it seems like everybody who was here that hasn't seen it heard what I had to say. Dude, you just met. Comment about dude outside the stream, though. I met a dude I got run by subs. I think he's still competing. That's funny. Heard that, Rachel. How did you... I'm not going to ask. Right, Marble. I would recommend it. Thank you, ACB. That was a breath of fresh air. I don't have anywhere near the emotional withdrawal that I did yesterday. Because I'm old enough to have kids that age, it hits different. Oh, I don't love that, Billy. I don't love to hear that you feel horrible. That's funny, Marble. Oh yeah, and I turned the chat off because people were distracting me, Marble. I turned the chat off so I could just hyper focus and get all of it out. That's how I graduated high school, was just prophesying in front of the class. Just talking to my teachers and demonstrating mastery over the material. But sitting down and trying to write a review, I can't do that. Damn, what is that? Oh, my hair is just really dirty. I'm gonna have to cut, like, it looks so bad, it looks so stupid, but I'm basically just gonna have to follow this line with my trimmer, just straight across. Yes, Lewis. That has to be what happened, is I tried to get somebody else and I got her, so she should be back any minutes now. Somebody just asked me that, MD, and I agreed with them. Hello, LT. It's all good, Christy. I'm here to help. We all learn at different rates. Hey, I know her. Yes, the movie was awesome, Rachel. I hate that that's the name you actually gave yourself, but I'm glad to see that you have the little check or the little blue already. So is that the original Rachel E account? Are we above board again? I care about you too, Christy, and I deeply understand that. That's funny, Marble. I don't want to sit in here all day and charge this stuff. We're gonna play video games at some point. Still no. I don't know what happened. Nobody will admit to having done it, so it has to be something that I did by accident, but I don't know how, and I feel like the biggest dick in the world. They're all the same. Woman, August, you didn't hear me explain that her account has, for some reason, it can't communicate with me in chat this morning. We were talking about it this morning. And she said to you, because I asked if, no, I guess I said it to Alex. Maybe you weren't here when it happened, but I swear to God you were here. That she was joking that she was going to change it to Rachel Fivehead from FIFA because Alex kept calling her Rachel Fivehead. Look, I am going to have a cigarette. I am actually having cravings, which I'm not proud of. I do want it. What does that mean? More Panera. Stranger, you got to ask me bad questions or use that meat between your ears to figure it out because, buddy, I can't do your thinking for you. And when I say can't, the word I mean is won't. I won't do your thinking for you. You don't pay me enough to think for you, stranger. My head is delightful. My head is really conical. Yes, is Rachel E. Same, they're all the same Rachel. There's two Rachels. Rachel Fivehead is AKA Rach. Yes, I can tell you a joke, but I don't know if you will like it. Um, what is a girl's belly button for? Don't answer that. Don't do that one. Um, okay, this one's for you, Billy. Pete and repeat are on a boat. Pete falls off. Who's on the boat? Pete and repeat are on a boat. Pete falls off. Who's on the boat? How was that, Billy? Mm-hmm. Until she gets it. Until she stops saying repeat. Until she stops saying repeat. You just keep repeating it until they stop saying repeat. They'll go repeat, 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 repeat. And they'll start to get really, some people will start to get really angry. It's really funny. My granddad, when I say some people, I am some people. I got so mad the first time my granddad did that to me. I do. I play them with my friends. Me too, Marvel. I'm keeping it. Keeping it a little more contained than you are, but it caught me up too. I embarrass a little more easily than Marvel does, though. I embarrass a lot more easily than Marvel does. I know you are, August. You and Alex are extremely weird toward Rachel E, and I'm trying to figure out which one of the two of you blocked her and why. You have one in your language, Billy? Like a call and response where you can get people caught in a frustrating circle? I love that. I don't understand why you guys have so much skepticism about the Rachels. I've blocked a lot of people, and I may have accidentally got Rachel's main account, and I feel terrible about it. But you know, hey, Rach is. Have you ever just wanted somebody to say, "What's up with you today?" Hello, cheese on toast. There's a person in my life that I really wish would just ask me that question. And I almost told her today, hey, you should have your boyfriend take you to the movies. I don't know that you have a Rachel, August, but there are two Rachels in the chat right now. I've had many, the cast and the curious. I don't know what that has to do with the movie that I just watched or the nature of the chat, but thank you for asking. Goggles, Steve. Oh, marble. I'm gonna step outside here in a minute and have a smoke and then on my Shaggy's bubble. Bubble Rachel.
They're boys.
There's Rachel.
You can go get a shower before you get back to bed.
August, you gotta lay a little bit off the ganja, buddy. Just pull back a little bit. I cannot encourage you or allow you really at some point to um uh I can't encourage you to hit on anyone until she has given you permission. And I don't know that you've asked permission. Oh, he's still dying. Hello, Mr. Starfish. How are you doing? Thank you for sharing your name in the middle of a chat that has absolutely nothing to do with sharing names. Thank you for sharing your name. Shabbat Shalom, Bob Gershon. It's going great, man. I just got out of the Nobody 2 movie. It was amazing. I did about 40 minutes on it. That's funny, Marble. Because I can see it, at some point I'm going to call you Five Head, and it's just going to be over. It's just going to be over. I hope he's just fucking around. That's why I tell him that I can't endorse your behavior. I can't allow you to do that. I can't just tell you it's okay. Or you could do whatever you want. It's not over between us. It's just you're not going to be able to take me seriously as a man. Nobody 2 was a good movie. It was a great movie. August, I just hope you're joking. And I tell everybody that's listening that I don't endorse his behavior. I hope he's having fun. I didn't watch the first one. Hello, RC, I'm fine. You guys just skimming right off the top of my neck here. Five Head Ranch. Why, Billy? Why are we making fun of Rachel's face? She's a beautiful woman. I can't hear it, Mo. All I can hear is the snare. I can't actually hear the song, Mo. I know, August. I just don't understand it. I don't. Different cultures. Different cultures. Where I'm from, you don't talk to women like that. Rach. Understood, Billy Lover. I'm too stoned for this. I'm too stoned for you guys today. I got good sleep, but now I'm just too stoned. Let's go outside. Have a cigarette and try to entertain you guys with some video games. I don't even need to entertain you guys. All I need to do is open this chat. So long as I don't get my feelings in it. It's my goal, Billy. Time forgets. Nothing only wood sunsets behind your back. There's the family on. Just listen and play my song. Ash to ash, dust to dust, fade to black. Fortune, fame, mirror vein, gone insane. Fortune, fame, mirror vein, gone insane. This lilted goddess. Yes, that is my only goal, Billy. Just make you guys smile. La, da, 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 da. There's a Catatonia song where he says that all I ever wanted was to see you smile. La, da, 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 da. Drift away, fade away, lilted goddess. I used to ask customers when they came in and I'd say, "How are you?" Because I said it to everybody. "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?" And everybody that would answer anything okay or worse, I would say, "Why only okay? What do I have to do to make your day awesome?" 1 to 10, 10. Perfect movie, Ethan. Perfect movie. No, I don't hate it when people tell me what to do. It means I pathologically avoid demands. That's Rachel. Rach, you were speaking with Rach. I used to listen to Linkin Park when I was in 8th grade, Billy. 9th grade. They're okay. I didn't like Meteora or the remix album, so I liked that first record, okay? They got overplayed and then Chester died, and it turns out that the Mike Shinoda's a dickhead. So not really, I don't really like it. It's me with an I, Marble. The low R suite. Straight up chilly today. It's gonna be a really nice fall, and we're gonna have a brutal winter. I know you guys. I know the women in my chat don't. I know the women in my care don't. But I kind of wanna be out in it. I thought about it for so long. I'm just trying to help Marble. God damn it. No, I didn't go to university, Wyatt. What about New Zealand, our sweet? Make New Zealand great again. Make New Zealand, or make Zealand new again. That's how I would do it. Thank you for sharing. Just tried to help, Marble. That's very little what I know. I know that one. Just trying to help, big guy. Probably are a failure, Jared, if you feel like a failure. May and me are the same pronoun. So May is me in English, right? And so M-I, me, is my, like how we change the vowels there. They're the same. It's the same core grammar. Spanish and yeah, Spanish and English are similar in that way. I enjoyed Fantastic Four. Nobody 2 is awesome, Kathos. Feeling fancy, fine, and living free, Lethian. How are you doing, buddy? Hello, Billy Bob Borton. I don't know why our sweet is talking about. Did I accidentally subscribe to come to a New Zealand channel? Does he think that he's on camera? He's also in Better Call Saul. He was also the director of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, and Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Excited? Not really. Well, thank you for making this about you, Deepak. Billy, why are you stubbing why are you going around kicking things? Do you know where your feet are? What up, Josiah? That's cool to learn, Kathos. His name is Bob Odenkirk. He got a name. I don't know names either. Just being a dick nuts. Bob Odenkirk. That's right, Rachel. I don't know, Lewis. Interesting, Kathos. This guy is in front of a camera. Cool. Hello, Darksider. I'm gonna go back inside and play Final Fantasy VII here in a few minutes. Hello, Katia. I might, Hector. Don't tell me what to do. To which link, August? Not to the Discord. My phone, Lethian. No, Lewis. Probably not Deepak. I don't want these chuckle fucks in the Discord. Anyway, the link should be for my yes, Discord is VIP, and that information should be in the new description. I changed the description. Deepak, what the fuck do you think? I'm a homeless guy on the fucking internet talking to you. What the fuck do you think? Do you think I have a fucking supercar? Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have one yet, Ethan. I've only watched 4 movies this year. Lethian, it ran on a potato in 1997. What the fuck are you talking about? Hector. No, Navajo, I'm not a Bengals fan. You'd be surprised how quickly I beat Lewis. Who day? They were all movies I'd watch again. Yeah. The PlayStation 1 is a potato compared to a modern phone. Hello, Deceiver. Anyway, I've got a Galaxy S24 Ultra. This thing is more powerful than my fucking laptop I used to have. Your boy doesn't mess with anything but state of the art if he's spending somebody else's money. Are you guys dumb? That's probably why they made so many changes, Kathos. The Arizona Cardinals might not win a game this year. The computers they used to land on the moon were less powerful than a modern pocket calculator. You can buy a calculator in the dollar store for $1.25 that's more powerful, that has more computing power than the computers they used to land on the moon. They did most of that by hand. Most of the computing that got them on the moon was black women. For a few minutes yet, Marble. I might have another cigarette. I didn't smoke at all yesterday. I only had 1 cigarette yesterday. So I might just sit out here and ruin my throat for a while. It hurts. I'm not joking, August. They did most of it by brute force with black women in a basement. There's a whole movie about it. Binary is not that amazing, Navajo. It's no more amazing than the Morse code. In fact, the Morse code is a more complex code. Not so much former Nazis with the space program. A single one with rockets, but he wasn't so much involved in the space program as he was in rocket tech. He was responsible for solid state rocket tech, not so much the space program. I already went back. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner, H. Yeah, again, Navajo, binary isn't as impressive even as Morse code. It's just a binary system. Right, Joe. Right. Binary is such a simple language, even a computer can understand it. Even gears can understand binary. I haven't seen Iron Sky, no. It's not something, I'm not interested in biopics or period pieces about history. I'd rather just read the history. Superposition indeed. I think that's neat, Navajo. The code talkers was neat. Codes were a huge part of that war. Espionage and being able to communicate without your enemy knowing. Maybe, Justin, I just don't like them. I would rather just learn the history. I'd rather listen to an expert in the field talk about it. How do you delete System 32? What were they doing? Deleting porn that they had downloaded? I didn't say that I had to, Justin. I said that I don't prefer. You seem to prefer. Damn, Billy. You need to ask God for forgiveness for something. Are you sinning against someone in your heart? Are you imagining someone naked? What's up, Dee Dee? That's what I'm saying, X-Bens. Were they fucking around trying to delete porn from their phone or something? There's a whole, they tested it, Navajo. There's a whole story behind it. They did a whole test. They were able to measure the speed of light. It has to do with the refraction off the atmosphere. But they figured it out in Einstein's life. I don't have the ability to Google. All you have to do is ask an AI, hey, how did they figure this out? And they'll tell you the story. Or you Google it. There's a whole story. Asking me isn't the way. Hello, Pro-Hands. I don't think it's calculus. Calculus is just a method for doing algebra, or for calculating the movements of heavenly bodies. Light is relativity, Kathos. Yeah, Navajo, everything we know because of experimentation, not just because some guy said so. Science isn't a cult of personality. Hey, Aaron, how are you doing? Kinda, Justin, till you appreciate the scale of the galaxy. Well, Navajo, my father said that the only stupid question is one you can answer for yourself. Hey, Red Angel. I did. I went and watched Nobody 2, Aaron. The first 40 minutes of this video are my review. Appreciate, not understand. You will never understand the scale of the universe, Wolfgang. There's no responsibility that comes with it, Aaron. It just means that I've known you for a few days and you don't say things that piss me off. You went and watched Weapons, X-Ben? What'd you think? Doing all right, good. You sound like my girlfriend. Your name sounds like my girlfriend. It wasn't Galileo who measured the speed of light. It was Galileo who proposed the mathematics that we adopted for the solar system. But it wasn't Galileo that proposed that theory. That's what she said, August. Didn't leave me asking any questions. What do you mean? What question did you have, Axbin? I don't know the answer, man. I'm not an astrophysicist, but I know that we know the answer to that question. The kids remained in that state that they were in because she didn't break the spell. That's what he said. They even say it in the epilogue. Some of the kids were able to speak again, were even able to speak again. But that happened, the way they tell it is that that's maybe only maybe a year after the events of the movie. So we don't get to know. Yeah, if you sat through the credits, there's an epilogue where they do the voiceover like at the beginning of the movie, where they explain that some of the kids even spoke again. They just remained in that state for the rest of their lives. Probably not you, Joe. Because they were, Bud, that's magic. The movie is about magic. They were entranced by that witch. She had their souls. When they killed the witch without disarming the spell was never disarmed. I haven't seen Moneyball Navajo, no. No. You've never read a fairy tale, have you, Bud? You've never read a fairy tale, have you, X-Pen? That's how fairy tale magic works. That's how European magic, that's how enthrallment works, man. Killing the wizard, killing the witch doesn't break the spell. The witches and wizards of European folklore get out of they're able to do what they do, and they're able to get out of trouble, and they're able to evade capture for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, because killing them doesn't break the spell. You have to break the spell. So when Bro breaks that stick to kill her, to have them attack her, he has their wills now. Until he releases them, they'll do whatever he wants. The boy broke his spell. The people that came out of her spell, their spell was broken by the boy. He counterspelled it. Yeah, for sure, X-Men. That's right, KJ. Or the caster's apprentice. The boy knows the magic. The boy took her magic. So when he commanded those kids, he's in control of those kids. He compels those kids now. They'll do whatever he says. Uluega. That's how that magic system works. And anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about isn't spoiled if they sit down and watch the movie. What about that assault rifle, Professor? Take care, Navajo. That's right, August. Necromancer is the wrong word, but yes. Necromancers bind the dead, not the living, but yeah. Only the wizard knows how to unbind it. Only the witch or the wizard. Cold in the 50s, Aaron, in the low 60s. I kind of regret sitting in the shade, actually. Take care, Billy. Put ice on that foot, it's hurting. I'm not, it's cold. And then I'm gonna go inside and it's even colder inside. Weapons was awesome, Casting the Curious. We were just talking about the ending. Remarkably consistent movie. I loved it. Our boy needs to eat something heavy and fatty. Weapons was a cool movie, Mac. I did a review of it when I watched it. It's somewhere on the channel. Yeah, I didn't know that Nobody was going to be a comedy. I watched Movie Bob's review of it, and he didn't say that it was a comedy. He didn't say it was funny. He just called it another John Wick. Mount Rushmore is what, 4 dudes? Colin Ray's Love Me, Tools, The Patient, Catatonia's The Day and Then the Shade, and the Our God is an Awesome God, He Reigns. I don't like Slipknot at all, it's trash. Yeah, Josh Brolin is a tour de force and a producer. He's a producer. He was on the writing team for Weapons. That was a passion project for Brolin, and he's unbelievable in it. He's the only likable character. Yeah, I was going to say, the new Mission Impossible is 2 hours of your life intentionally wasted in a spectacular way, August. Hopefully it was at least spectacular. Hopefully the men were attractive, the women were largely nude, and the explosions were spectacular. I didn't watch Happy Gilmore 2. I didn't like the first Happy Gilmore enough to watch the sequel. So not spectacular, August. Just an awesome athletic feat by our boy Tom Hanks Cruise. The boy wonder. Boy-sized wonder. Look at him go, he's 4'10" and he can do everything a big boy can do. Mini-Me looks up to him, or down on him. I guess Rob heard my Mount Rushmore. Welcome, Rob. He's tiny. He's like 5'2". He's legitimately a little person. Yeah, if it were Tom Hanks in Mission Impossible, I'd watch it too. I do too, Rob. Your dollar bills beneath your frills, all here with me. Welcome back, Billy. But don't pretend I won't defend you anymore, you see. Aches in every bone, I'll die alone, but not for you. My eyes don't need to see that ugly thing to know it's me you fear. If you hold me back, pale, the skin is dry and pale. I don't actually know lyrics. Hello, Olaf. Ease up on the blasphemy, August. Yep, ease up on the blasphemy. Ease up, just a little bit. Hello, Brighton. People are going to believe you, and I'm a religious person, so they're going to want to play along. So ease up. It's okay to do every once in a while. Just ease up. I can run like the wind blows. I've never actually seen Forrest Gump. I was trying to fish for a life is like a box of 45 caliber. You never know who you're gonna shoot. Rob. I enjoy all the laughs there.
Their ingredients are really fresh and clean.
Lore?
More ingredients to it. Don't have any of the extra
I'm not from Texas. I grew up in North Carolina. North Carolina. Heard that, Aaron. Ease up, August. You're in a mood today, man. It's not a wasp, it's a sweat bee. You'll be the death of me. I don't trust my mods either. They probably are going to ban you. I might ban you, Tommy. 7, Justin. I haven't seen that, KJ. You are having a good day today, buddy. You're okay. You are designed to scare. They've weaponized my mods to scare away the people I don't want talking to me. You're a sweaty bitch, August. Creepy. Heard that, KJ. Hey, Cupid. Has he lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind? Can he walk at all? Or if he moves, will he fall? That's a weird one. Now, 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 now. Is Iron Giant about the song Iron Man? Or is Iron Man about the song Iron Giant? Or are the two things unrelated entirely? Hello, Frozen. Go down, 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 blow, down, down, blah, da, da, bo, da, da, down, 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 down. Yeah, Iron Giant, the cartoon. Down, down, down. Down, 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 down. I'm doing all right, Frozen. Down, down. Sounds like I'm doing a little bit better than you, but I'm doing all right. Wow, 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 wow. It was like a steel. Feel. Yeah, it's about Tony Stark. Now, I'm listening further to the lyrics. He was turned to steel in a magnetic field trying to save the future from mankind or something like that. So not at all. It's just a coincidence. Total coincidence. Who day, boss? Hello, Jenna. Hello, go away bird. It was supposed to, August. It was about the writer and creator's sister being killed by gun violence. What up, Barbab? For sure, Billy. Hello, Scepter. I can turn them off, but I'm only going to be doing this for a few more minutes. It's too cold out here. And I got to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to switch to Final Fantasy VII for the rest of the day. Hello, Morningstar. And he woke up as Scarlett Johansson? I don't know. But if I had to wake up in it as anybody, I think I would want to wake up as like a 16-year-old Scarlett Johansson. Oh, he woke her up. I don't know. He's talking about his prosthetic wiener, August. It's telescoping and iron. Doesn't it have one of the comedians in it, Aaron? I didn't watch it, but I think I know the movie you're talking about. Hello, Omar. Raging Dash has returned. His prosthetic telescoping member, Billy. It's hydraulic and telescopes, pistons. It's very, very popular in gay fetish clubs. Passenger is the movie, says KJ. It was Jennifer Lawrence, not because he's talking about his Iron Giant and what he's going to do to August with it, Billy. Hello, Teflon Don. I have seen that movie. And I don't know if he killed her by waking her up. I mean, he did, but they both died at the end of that movie. ScarJo was really good in her early work. It's all good, Aaron. Yeah, he was bored. And it was one of the comedians. It was the guy from Parks and Rec. Peter Quill trying to prove that he could lead a sci-fi franchise. Yeah, Chris Pratt. And so he was bored. And he wanted to fuck. I don't know about that, Billy. Thank you, Aaron. Well, show up when we're doing the fountain cast and talk about paranormal shit. Get me to react to it like they do. Take care, Joe. And now it's time to kiss your ass goodbye. No, bring you down while you roll around. So useless. That ain't my call, it ain't my fault. She ain't my bitch. Ah. Oh. Wrong shaggy, Teflon. Sure, Joe. I don't have the dexterity for that, but sure. Thank you, Cass. That's why I'm using it to make my living. A tree? He's a carver of trees, or he is a tree that carves things, Aaron? My uncle is a tree carver. He carves trees. You ever notice that Metallica makes you want to swing your hips? If it's a riff that what's his face contributed, or a moment of the song that Kirk Hammett contributed, it makes you do this. Hello, Gamino. Aziz Ansari has a new movie I will 100% be watching. Keanu Reeves plays an angel, and I will 100% be watching it. I'm glad you still remember that one, August. Want this? People do that all the time. Aziz is awesome. He was very funny, and then that woman ruined his career. I like Metallica too, Rob. Yeah, I should do more cute girl dances. It gets me laid, Joe. All the women like it. I would say it to your face, Jess Calzone. Go fuck yourself. No, Nix, I don't like to dance. It ain't my bitch! Ah. What up, Mecca? The adult women know just by the way that I act that I have younger sisters. Hello, haha. What I have is rhythm. I can do the same thing rhythmically to the song, but I cannot dance. Water, Mecca. It's just water. Flavorless, colorless, odorless, water. The flavorless, colorless, odorless water, frozen in it, ice. Yeah, you can hear the ice. It's not that I don't like him. I liked Billy Madison. But otherwise, he's not for me. Adam Sandler's movies aren't for me. It does not smell like Chantel. If you're interested in random stuff, bring up random stuff and you might get me talking, Mecca. I like to move rhythmically to the music. You couldn't handle me, Sigma. What about him, Colin? It's cheap. Adam Sandler's comedy is cheap. It's the easy joke. It's the lowest common denominator. Why am I... Oh. If you've got the money, you don't want my advice, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker. Glad you like that, Mecca. Low-hanging fruit, exactly like Carrot Top, KJ. It's okay. It's okay because it's quotable, but otherwise, it's good background. And Adam Sandler, the plot always grinds to a halt at some point in Sandler's movies, and that always annoyed me. There's always an unnecessary feel-good movie. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, they're made to be that way, Rob, for sure. That's what I'm saying, August. They were made to be background noise. They're perfect for background noise. They're perfect to just have on, but that's what they were made for. Thank you, haha. That's how my dad used to watch movies, and he loved Adam Sandler. It wasn't that he knew any of the movies, it was that he knew when to laugh. He knew when to tune in to laugh and when to tune back out. I'm not saying that Adam Sandler's not a good actor. I'm just saying his movies aren't for me. I liked Grandma's Boy better. I like his studio better. The movies that come out of his Friends. That was a weird thing to say, Billy. Are you okay? You sure you didn't hit your head? I don't know, Mecca. A bird of some sort. If that's how you feel, pray it away. If I pray, will you go away? Keeps his friends close, for sure. And he doesn't employ sex pests. Hello, Mikara. He's probably closer to 60 than he is to 50. All right, nerds. We're about to go inside. Woo, about to go inside and play some Final Fantasy VII. What do you say? Hello, Charlotte. "35 is old historically for the human species, Mecca." Hey, Jason. Hey, Charlotte. Yeah, closer to 60 than to 50. 58. Nailed it. That's what they tell me, yo. Hey, Casey. Night, Mr. Beast. Yep, like and subscribe, because you got about 10 minutes. They're supposed to be, Mecca. Oh, I should get something to eat, Rachel. I should do that before I start this next stream. That's a good idea. Because popcorn is not real food. I did the movie Ace, the first 40 minutes of this video were that. And okay, the time is up. Thank you guys for being here. You'll see me again in 15 or 20. I'm gonna do some things, and then I'm gonna play Final Fantasy VII.